excellencies, ambassadors, foreign guests, members of the Diplomatic Council, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and immense pleasure that I welcome you all to the special occasion, the official opening of the Diplomatic Council Mission Netherlands. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards fostering diplomacy, networking, sustainability, prosperity, and a global impact. This evening is not about celebrating beginnings only. It is about forging meaningful connections, exchanging ideas, and embracing the power of collaboration. Together, we strengthen our impact and create a brighter, more sustainable future. Furthermore, it is my great pleasure to introduce a visionary man who has dedicated himself to creating a better world, Mr. Edward van Beek. As we unveil the Pwer Foundation, Edward will share with us his mission, passion, and vision to the Foundation's role in empowering communities and fostering a world where opportunities and positive change are within everyone's reach. Ladies and gentlemen, Edward van Beek.
Okay.
Edward, welcome. Why are you hosting this gala today?
Yeah, I think we have to, after many years, we did a lot of projects, but we were flying under the radar. And I think today, oh, that's not good. Today we want to explain to everyone what we're doing, what we did last year, and what we're going to do.
Okay, so you have been involved with many projects already all over the world. So why is it that you've waited so long to announce them to the world?
The idea is that we first show everyone what we're doing, and then ask to join. And hopefully tonight we see a lot of people here, and I hope many will join us in our journey through a better and more sustainable world.
Okay, wonderful. And what does power represent? Power itself, power me.
Yeah, what we are doing is a little bit difficult to explain maybe, and therefore we have some other people here tonight who can explain their what they do the best.
Okay, wonderful. So what can we expect of tonight then?
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Oh, that's a surprise. Okay. Well, in that case, I would like to invite to the stage Rob Heijtink, so he can tell us a little bit more about what will be going on tonight. Thank you, Edward. So, hello, Rob.
Hello.
Why do you feel at home in the diplomatic and international business world?
Don't know how long time we have tonight, but I have the privilege to be in both worlds. So many years ago, I was involved in the diplomatic world, and the last few years I was involved in the business world. It's nice to have these kind of experiences, because now, this is the way to use it and to make it into the benefit of all.
Okay, wonderful answer.
Thank you.
Then I'll let you get to the presentation. The floor is yours. Good luck.
No. I have to explain a little bit. If the people who know me, they know that my mouth isn't stopping when it needs to stop. But thank you. Thank you. So when I need to shut my mouth, normally I can't, but now when I'm at the stage, at the podium, it will shut up automatically. So forgive me for reading it from my iPad, but there is a huge message in this whole presentation that I really want you to hear. So let's start. Again, thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Madam Ambassador, other excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues, thank you very much. It's truly wonderful to see so many people here attending our gala at the beautiful Wereldmuseum in my hometown, Rotterdam. Again, people who know me, they know it's not only Heijtink, it is also Rotterdam, because I'm in love with the city of Rotterdam. Between 1995 and 2012, I was actively involved in the world of diplomacy, ministeries, embassies, and the Dutch royal household. That is also where my fascination for protocol and for diplomacy was born. From 2013 onwards, I played a role in the introduction of the promotion electric mobility in the Netherlands. There was an association in the Netherlands, a Dutch organization of electric transport, and we needed to promote all kinds of electric vehicles. That means we started with small events, people driving around electric vehicles, but we also tried to do large-scale mobility events. For example, the World Port Days every year in Rotterdam. There is a huge event, it's called the World Port Days. We were the sponsor, we were the partner about mobility, transportation for the elderly and people who are not so, yeah, this is a good word, can't find it. Sorry for that. After the World Port Days, we had some other nice events, for example, with the Diplomatic Council. The Diplomatic Council, we have big events in Germany, in Frankfurt, in Wiesbaden, beautiful surroundings, for sure, beautiful surroundings, nice castles. So at one summer event, we have filled up the complete garden with Tesla Model S's, BMW i8s. I think there was a solar-powered vehicle from the university. People could drive around. It was the first time people got to know electric vehicles. Not only that, in the Netherlands, we were quite involved in network events. So every Monday, every week, we went to different network events just to promote electromobility. For example, in a hotel in Amsterdam, 16th floor, we were there with a motorcycle, completely electric motorcycle. Nobody did it, we did it just to show what is electric mobility. One of the network events, we got in contact with the former ambassador of Sri Lanka, Mr. Budi Tauda. Mr. Budi Tauda came after the network, came to us and said, what a beautiful story, but what can you do for Sri Lanka? So quite honest, I am who I am, so I'm quite honest to Mr. Ambassador also. I said, you know, I have no idea because I've never been there. So what we need to do, travel to Sri Lanka and see what we can do over there. And so we did. Upon arriving in Colombo, capital of Sri Lanka, we sat in the city center and we observed what might need improvement or what kind of vehicles we could completely replace with fully electric ones. But the first thing that stood out was the enormous number of three-wheelers, or also known as tuk-tuks. There were so many of them and all were highly polluting. Really unbelievable. We discovered also that the older two-stroke tuk-tuks were still in use. It also a positive thing for the Sri Lankan people because they don't get rid of anything. They still try to recycle, because every street corner, moreover every street corner, there is a garage with second-hand or third-hand or four-hand parts to repair the three-wheelers. So what did we do? We thought, you know what, this is a big problem for Sri Lanka. One thing you have to keep in mind is that it is one of the most valuable items somebody owns in Sri Lanka. So what did we do? Because of our network here in the Netherlands, we have some partners also in Friesland, and it's called Frisian Motors. Frisian Motors is a company that makes small electrical vehicles. So we said in the Netherlands, why should we reinvent the wheel again? Because there are companies, they can help us out with, for example, a conversion kit to make the 2- and the 3-stroke fossil-fueled three-wheelers completely into electric. So together with the Dutch partner and with the Dutch government, but also a big thank you again to Mr. Bernard Menke, because Mr. Bernard Menke, we were connected with him because of the connection with Mr. Budi Tauda. And Mr. Menke had, or has, I think still has, the Bajaj three-wheeler tuk-tuk here in the Netherlands. So go a little bit back. For one of the events we had at the Diplomatic Council in Frankfurt, what happened? There was suddenly into the big hallway of the famous Hessische Hof Hotel, we had there two different electrical converted three-wheelers. What did we do together with the partner here? We made a fully functional conversion kit with batteries. Even, and that's very important for Sri Lanka, the hill start test was passed with flying colors because you have some level elevation in Sri Lanka. So now we had a working project, but we had also become deeply impressed by Sri Lanka's beauty, impressed by its people, and by its enormous potential, really enormous potential. We wanted to learn more, we wanted to see more, and we wanted to enjoy more. And boy, what did we enjoy more? Straight after COVID, we visited Sri Lanka for some well-deserved vacation. Making a mistake again, sorry, we were searching for new business opportunities. The business opportunities were obvious. Due to the shortage of power, every night a different area in Colombo was shut off, the power was deliberately turned off. And every day we saw also the people standing or stood in line for hours at the petrol station to get some petrol to fill up their fossil fuel cars. Maybe even went home, or had to go home because there were no gasoline anymore, so the next day it started all over again. That was the moment that we decided to start with Easier Power Hubs. Easier Power Hubs is a battery swapping system. There are solar panels on the rooftop and we have electrical scooters. The locations, where the solar energy is harnessed and used for the battery swapping station. The concept is simple. The batteries are charged using the power collected via the solar panels. The electric scooters, which we also sell, go to the Easier Power Hub and they swap their old empty battery for the fully charged one within just 1 minute. I don't know if it's... I forgot to use the clicker, sorry. So this is the battery swapping system. This is at a convention center in the BMICH in Colombo, where there was a huge convention about all kind of new transportation possibilities. And this is what I just explained. This is an Easier Power Hub, battery swapping station, electrical scooter. You get out you get your telephone, you scan the code, one door goes open, there's an empty door. You get your old battery, put it in, close it. Automatically, the payment system deducts your amount, the amount of money you need for the kilowatts, and then you get the next door is open and you got a new battery. So the longer I'm speaking, it takes longer than swapping the battery because it's only 30 seconds, maybe a minute. So we started with 4 strategically located hubs and rapidly expanding to dozens more, aiming for a widespread coverage across the whole country, even nationwide. At present, we have even established a foundation in Sri Lanka dedicated to sterilize, vaccinate against rabies or other diseases, and feeding stray animals, dogs and cats, because it's also a huge, huge problem in Sri Lanka. Not only we're going to take care of the animals, of course, we're also going to take care of the people, but starting with the school children. So additionally, we also do education for school children throughout presentations with one of the biggest veterinarians, but also by coloring books, because it's a key part for the foundation's work, educate the people by learning by doing. We are involved in many more projects, both in Sri Lanka and beyond, but we will share more details later in this program. Little back to the Diplomatic Council. Since 2014, after the tuk-tuk conversion project, we were admitted as a member for the Diplomatic Council and immediately appointed Chairman e-mobility. Again, still thank you for that. During various Diplomatic Council events, we introduced the guests into the latest electrical vehicles, organizing the test drives, etc. But also hosted some knowledge sharing events, sessions on charging infrastructure. I already explained, it was a little bit too further, sorry, but our converted Sri Lankan and Thai tuk-tuks we also took to the gala. The garden I mentioned already, but also, that's the most important one, during the World Port Days here, we also had a beautiful what is it? Now I forgot the word. Electric test drive, sorry. Electric test drive and a conference also here in the World Museum, and driving around all of the parts in Rotterdam, but also the south of Rotterdam. We have experienced firsthand that the Diplomatic Council has built an extensive and influential network all over the years. Not only in Germany, but throughout Europe and beyond. With missions, we went to Japan, we went to Singapore and other countries. The name Diplomatic Council is widely recognized among various embassies, both domestic and international. Diplomatic Council, it opens doors to ministers in countries, making it easier and faster to gain official support or cooperation, an invaluable advantage for entrepreneurs. Since we already built a strong network in the Netherlands, but many people found that the events in Germany were too far, not for all, but too far to drive all the way to Germany, we consulted with the Secretary General and also with the Global Chairman and said, what can we do? And then the decision was made, we would continue this important task here in the Netherlands. Pwer, with Pwer, we are a network and a knowledge-sharing organization, international movement committed to transition from prosperity to well-being. Our roots lie in the Pwer Foundation and our core values remain unchanged. We believe that real progress happens when we initiate projects together with the local population, both naturally and internationally, that contribute to a better future. Not only for one individual, but for all, and not just for them, but together with them. In addition, we play an essential role as bridge builders. We connect diplomacy with the business world, knowledge with action, and vision with execution. By fostering these connections, we create opportunities for collaboration that might not otherwise arise. The network we have built over the years have proven to be of great value. We not only want to expand it further, but also actively share it with our members and partners. Because by building stronger networks, we can support businesses, initiate innovative projects, and collectively create a world where well-being takes a center stage. Pwer connects professionals from various sectors. This enables us to bring together knowledge, expertise, experience, ensuring that you, as a member, always have access to the right insight and support, whether it concerns sustainability development, social innovation, economic growth, or even charity. Together we can truly make a difference. Let us reflect on how we can collectively contribute to a world where well-being becomes the new prosperity. I hope, and I know for a fact, that tonight will be a very nice evening for you all to share and to be part of this, for us, wonderful event. And I forgot the clicker again. So sorry for the pictures, but that's it. Hope you have a very lovely evening. Thank you all for coming all the way from other countries, from Sri Lanka, from France, from Germany, from Senegal, from Guinea. You know what I mean, sorry for that, but don't want to make a mistake. And the people that I forgot. So thank you very much. Have a nice evening and enjoy.
Let's see how I can combine them. So, like this. Well, thank you very much, Rob, for your presentation. It was wonderful and very informing as well. The Diplomatic Council has always stood as a beacon of progress, bringing together leaders from different places and backgrounds to drive positive changes around the world. That being said, I would like to invite to the stage Mrs. Hang, if I pronounce it right, the Secretary General of the Diplomatic Council.
My presentation.
And she will tell you a bit more about what the Diplomatic Council can do for us. But first, I would like to ask you, oh, you already have a microphone, I see. What comes to mind first when you think of Rotterdam?
The World Port Days. The World Port Days. I think that was the last event we organized here together with your help, Rob. And it was just a wonderful weekend And I will always cherish it. It was just amazing. I spent 3 days here just walking up and down the bridge during the World Port Days. It's still in my mind, so fresh. So yeah, it's a wonderful city. It's a very beautiful skyline. I stay in the main port hotel, and I have a view on the harbor. It's just breathtaking.
Well, that's wonderful to
Yeah.
hear. And I really think Rob will be delighted to
Yeah.
hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
So we hope you will explain in your presentation why you think that the Diplomatic Council Mission Netherlands will be a success similar to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good luck with that.
Thank you. Well, success is a human factor. And if you have the right persons, you will succeed, no matter where you are. And this is why I believe that the Diplomatic Council mission in the Netherlands would be a great success. But let me just start my presentation by explaining to you what the Diplomatic Council actually is. As you can see, we are built on 3 pillars. We are a global think tank. We provide a platform to intellectual exchanges amongst our members, amongst our business network. We have our own publishing house that was created just 4 years ago, which was due to Corona when we were not able to organize events. So we said, we have so many smart members, we have to benefit from that. So we offered to them, hey guys, you are so smart, you are so intelligent. We need to share this knowledge with others. So this is where the publishing house started 4 years ago, and we have now published around 100 books. We are a business network. We have ambassadors, diplomats, regularly at our events to introduce and promote the countries, which is beneficial to our members as well. We have international network, like we have missions in Singapore, in Cambodia, in Thailand, in Vietnam. We started in France. We have been into Madrid, and now tonight, we will be launching the Netherlands. And the Diplomatic Council is also a charitable foundation, trying to give back a little bit of what we have in abundance. And this is a fact, because all of us here, we are doing quite fine. We don't need the world to become better, not for us. We need to become better for those who are less privileged than we are. And I would like to start my presentation with reminding all of us of what really matters in life. International peace and security. This is what we also should strive to achieve. Develop friendly relations amongst nations, amongst our members, amongst our guests, amongst our neighbors, our friends. It's always good to have friendly relations. To achieve international cooperation, our world today is so intertwined. We cannot do without each other anymore, unless we turn back time, which we should not do. But whatever we do in the world, if we do something here in Germany, it affects the people in China, it affects the people in Latin America, and it's vice versa. So it's important what we do and to think carefully about what we do. And this is why international collaboration is so important. And last but not least, to promote and encourage respect for human rights. It is not something we should take for granted. This is something that is so valuable, that is so important, but it's not always lived, as we can see in these times as well. This is the world that I wish it would be. But what do we have currently? We have a war in Ukraine into its 3rd year. We have a war in the Gaza Strip, a brutal war for 1.5 years now. But you know what? I refuse to give up hope, because I believe that if we join forces, we can end wars, or at least we can mitigate wars and stop it to be violence. I don't know if you know about the Heidelberg Institute. The Heidelberg Institute provides a conflict barometer every year. For 2024, the conflict barometer has counted 369 conflicts, of which 220 were violent. And we had 22 wars in 2024. 22 more wars than in 2023. This is just too much. This is just too much. It shouldn't be like this. And we have to join forces. And this is why diplomacy is so very important, to end this war, to stop this war, or to at least mitigate them, find diplomatic solutions. And these are the purposes of the United Nations. And since we are accredited with the United Nations, of course, we support their visions and their values in the Charter of the United Nations. And this is why my colleague and I have been to the United Nations so many times in the past years. We've been to New York. This is a weapon. This is the way a weapon should be, not usable, not useful. And we hope that despite its weaknesses, the United Nations is the best organization that we can have to at least achieve a little bit more peace in this world. But let me come back to what the Diplomatic Council actually is. I told you that we are built on 3 pillars. The first pillar is the think tank pillar. So we are, at the beginning, we were looking for smart brains, intelligent people. In the last years, those people have found us. So we have created a network of smart brains. And the people are writing papers, analysis. It's about generating knowledge and sharing experiences, because education and knowledge is powerful. It's very powerful. It's actually key to success. It's actually key to a better life. So education, example, for those people living in less privileged countries, it is so important. They will never have a better life if they don't have education. So this is why generating knowledge and sharing experience is so important to us. I told you about the Diplomatic Council Publishing House. This is where we also share experience. We will be introducing one of the most important books that we have published in the last years. Later, you will hear about from our chairman, Jochen Richter. We issue quality certificates. Like this is a medical directory that we have started 12 years already, where we examine hospitals worldwide to recommend them, in particular for expats. If you go somewhere else and you get sick, you can use this directorate and you can see, okay, this is a hospital that the Diplomatic Council is recommending. It's good. Maybe I should go there. This is the idea. We organize workshops and seminars, and we interact a lot with the United Nations. We attend conferences. We also submit written statements. We make oral statements, and we go to the sessions on a regular basis, either in New York, in Geneva, or in Vienna. The business. We believe that a flourishing economy is one of the best guarantors of peace. Look at all those people who are coming from poor countries to the first world countries. They do it because they have to flee wars, which is awful, but also because they're looking for a better life. And this is something that we must understand. These people are not coming because they would like to leave their country. You know, I was a refugee myself, and I can tell you that coming on a boat on the Chinese Sea, it's not a trip on a cruise. It's something where you can lose your life, but you still do it because you believe you can find a better place somewhere else. And this is something, no matter if we believe there may be too many migrants coming, but the motivation, we must understand the motivation, because this is what we are all looking for. Not only them who are coming to our place, but also we would do the same if we were in their places. And this is why I'm trying people to encourage a little bit to understand these people more, despite sometimes we believe that may be a little bit too much for us. But their motivation is absolutely understandable. And this is why economy is so important. If you help those countries to have a good economy, help this country to prosper, these people to prosper in their own country, there's no need for them to escape and go on a very dangerous journey. So we promote a business on a regional, on a local, on a global level. We have a lot of members who cover different industries, so it's very interesting to interact with each other, to talk with your neighbors and be astonished of what he's doing. At the Diplomatic Council, you can promote yourself, you can promote your country, your company, you can promote your products. This is the idea, to promote the economy to prosper. Diplomacy, I told you, the Diplomatic Council was founded by the former Sri Lankan ambassador and my colleague and myself. So we met at the diplomatic gala, and we became fast friends. And when the former ambassador Budi Atauda was about to leave Frankfurt to go to The Hague to become the ambassador, we said, we need to stay in contact. We need to create an organization where when the diplomats leave their country and go to another country, they would not lose the contract, but in the new country, add the new contacts to the Diplomatic Council, because the diplomats leave their terms, their positions every 3 to 4 years, as you know. This is where the idea started of the Diplomatic Council here in The Hague 14 years ago. So yeah, we're a little bit going back to the roots with the ambassador, Madam Ambassador of Sri Lanka being here tonight. But we have a lot of ambassadors in Asia, for example, who joined the Diplomatic Council. We had a ball last year with 60 ambassadors attending the ball. So, and we regard the ambassadors or diplomats as door openers. On the one side, we would like to help them promote their countries. On the other side, of course, we would like to encourage international understanding and intercultural exchange. So we see them as role models as well. Social good. We have been trying to do social good since our inception. We have our own Diplomatic Council Foundation organization. We have been supporting, for example, orphans in Sri Lanka and in Vietnam, paying their vocational trainings. We have supported UNICEF 3 years ago when the war in Ukraine started, giving UNICEF the money to buy a medicine for the children. We have donated money to build 2 drinking water wells in Ethiopia, so that children to go to school. So, and we are, Empower Me, of course, is doing very, very good things. You guys can be very proud of that. The United Nations, what are we doing there? How are we supporting? How are we getting involved? We believe that this is the best organization to promote peace and to create stability in the world. And this is why we spread the visions and the goals of the United Nations and the Charter. We participate in UN conferences. I have been to New York, I think 5 or 6 times. I'm in Geneva and in Vienna regularly. We have organized side events in Vienna at the Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice. In a month, on April, we will be organizing a side event at UN Geneva at the Commission on Science and Technology, which is very important to the development of mankind in the next decades. So yeah, we interact a lot of the United Nations. We believe in their goals, and I encourage everybody, yeah, to help us spreading these goals as well. So we have a vision. I told you about our visions. But if you would like to know more about the Diplomatic Council, please approach me later today. And we have a mission. And you guys know what mission we have today? Does anybody know? The mission today is the launch of the Diplomatic Council mission in the Netherlands. So I invite Rob and Edward to join me on stage, and Andreas, so we can sign the mission certificate. So after tonight, these two guys will be responsible for taking care of you in the Netherlands here. Come on, guys. Andreas. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Gaan we mistake doen? Kan sign it first, right?
Yeah.
First, will be you.
Very special moment.
Very special, so I'll be quiet. This is on.
Dank u. Zie ik nou zo dorstig uit dat ik het weer krijg? Perfect. Nou, ik dacht het niet. Jongens, hallo. Heren. Tik die eens even aan. Omdraai. Zijn er.
There you go.
De mannen op het podium. Vier op het podium. Die
So
moeten nu hebben.
I will officially hand over
Ja,
the
en die van mij.
responsibility for the Netherlands
Ja.
to the wonderful Rob and Edward, and congratulate them on
Podium nu.
becoming the head of
Go, go, go,
missions
go.
for the Netherlands.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Oh,
And we
this-
need to have a toast, of course. Which speaker, which microphone is working? Is the microphone working?
Oh ja. Ja, dank je.
I believe that everybody has a glass of cava in front of him or herself. If not, please reach out. I think it's always nice for the people who can stand, please stand up. And then we can all raise our glasses for the beautiful,
Nou, dan doen wij het even gezellig met
beautiful
water.
event. Everybody, oh, we need to wait for one, sorry. Yes?
to the
In
Netherlands.
we say proost
Yeah.
to the Netherlands.
To the Netherlands, yeah. Yeah.
Ja.
Congratulations.
Die los komt eraan.
Yes. Fit girl.
Dat is het podium niet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah. I am done.
Hop.
Yeah. Yeah. I even get a present. Thank you so much.
Of course, you even got a present. Thank you again for
Jullie hadden
helping
podium
us
niks.
starting this now in the Netherlands, and we hope we can do this the same as you, maybe in a few years, because it took a lot of time for you to do this. But yeah, we're eager to do the same.
Yeah.
So Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.
I will always be there to
They're bringing
support
in
you.
one.
So whenever you guys have questions or need support, just let me know.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for your wonderful presentation, Hang, and enlightened us about the Diplomatic Council,
Yeah.
and it was a very clear presentation. Thank you for that
Thanks.
so much. But that being said, that's not the only thing we have to celebrate this day. We have another big celebration. We have an achievement, I might say. It's an official launch of the Pwer magazine. This publication is not just a magazine. It's a movement, a platform dedicated to empowering visionaries, innovators, and change makers across industries globally. Through its interesting content, Pwer magazine will show inspiring stories, show world-changing ideas, and serve as a voice for those shaping the future. There will be a good mix of business, charity, projects, and diplomacy. Sorry. Okay, I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Rob Heijtink and Edward van Beek. Yes, Edward. You too. So we can unveil the beautiful cover.
Deze elkaar. Zo.
Mag je maar aan.
Ik
Zo.
wil erbij staan.
With that being said, this is the first edition of our Pwer magazine. We're extremely proud. And when you go in the salon later on for a drink, you can see the first content of our magazine. So we hope you enjoy it. And later this evening, you will get another present, two actually. But one of them is this wonderful first edition of our first Pwer magazine.
That's it.
That's it. Would you like to say something more?
No, thank you very much. No. Kidding.
Hij doet het wel. Ja, hij doet het wel.
Dan gaan we...
Nou, ja. Okay, well, thank you for that.
Ja.
Okay, so hopefully we have a small break. So I would like you all to join us to the salon for a drink. And in half an hour we will proceed with the rest of the presentation. So enjoy.